Hello, I'm Nige.
I'm Anders. It's a cheeky extra, people. We've had some beer. We need some more.
We've done some homebrew reviews.
We have, yeah.
We just want to finish off with a proper beer.
Although, in fairness, well,
they were really good.
Yeah, they were good. But so what have you got there?
Well, I've delved into my Belgian beer box again. I've still got two. Well, this is the one I was looking forward to the most. It's a Piraat. Triple hops. It's got triple hop, but it's got four different hops in it apparently.
Right. Okay.
But again, most of it's not in English, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
It's 10.5%.
That's silly.
It is.
Right. I've gone for Utopia, which is it's a black lager.
Oh.
Something I've never come across before.
I've had black lagers in the past. It's strange.
Is it? Okay. Right. Okay.
Do you want to put your beer cam on? And
I would do,
but it's not working.
It's not working.
All right. Well, while you pour that, I'll put the beer cam on.
You put your beer cam on, yeah.
And I'll get mine in. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this.
Oh yes, I have started using beer cam of late, as our viewers might be aware, but I've had issues this morning, so please forgive me for that.
Had a few hardware issues over the last few weeks.
I've had hardware issues left, right, and centre. Very stressful.
Well, it's very carbonated. That's the first thing to say. It's very lively. Lots of very small bubbles. That's a good sign.
Okay.
I think the smaller the bubbles, the better the quality. I heard that once. It's quite a light colour.
Well, there's my black lager.
Wow. I had black lager on draft in Liverpool probably about 10 years ago. First time I'd ever come across a black lager. Well,
there's stout and there's porter. It's something, they were the only black beers I knew, and it was only wasn't until fairly recently that I became aware of black IPAs.
Yeah.
And black lagers totally new to me. So
anyway, I'm intrigued. Get into it, Anders. Let's see.
Well, let's try it. Yeah. I mean, it smells lovely. It smells like a porter. Roasted, malty stuff going on there. It all smells lovely. It does smell absolutely gorgeous. Bang. There's the weirdness you're talking about.
Yes, because it tastes like lager.
The minute it hits the front of your mouth, you think, black lager, black schmarger. That's just a porter, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
The moment it hits the back of your throat, back of your tongue, it's lager. I don't get it. It's lager.
That'll be the high bitterness, because the taste buds at the back of the tongue is your bitter
senses. Yeah. Well. Number one, it's nice. It is confusing. Yeah, I'll hopefully get my head around this by the end of the shoot. But
first time I had a black lager, I couldn't get my head around it. It's just such a mashup, isn't it?
It really is. Right, I like it. You go in and you're Piraat.
Well, I'm going to put this into context before I start saying anything.
Okay.
I bought a box of six Belgian beers from Lidl for 12 quid. Most of them were 10.5%. The first one I had was about 7.9 or something like that, which was glorious. It was such a good beer. And the last two I've had have been a bit syrupy and I've not really enjoyed that much.
Okay.
The first thing I got from this was the syrup thing, but that vanished very quickly. And it does taste much lighter, and you're getting the hops coming through, which it's actually doesn't taste like a 10.5% beer.
Mine's coming in at, I'll have to check mine. 5 point. Where are you? God damn it! 5.9%. So quite strong.
That's high for a lager.
Utopian is the brewery, and I'm really not sure what this is called beer-wise. Cerne Specialni. Anyway, enough of that.
Where did you purchase that one?
This was a Beer 52 thing.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that Beer 52 works really well. When you get something like that, it works. Times in the past, I've had session IPA, session this and this, and they all sort of merging into oneness. But when you get something a bit out there, that's when it really works, because you're really pushing the boundaries. You're tasting other things.
Yeah.
But the problem is, you'll never be able to buy that again.
No, I won't. So I live with the memory of it, which is, no bad thing if it's good.
That's what we're probably not different from any other beer drinkers on the that put things on the internet. Things. You drink a beer, and you're just always striving for something else, and so you'd rather taste something different for the first time than go with what you know is good.
I think that's why I like Beer 52. You'll get a constant flow of different beers. Like you say, you'll probably never taste them again, but you probably would have never tasted them without that. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's when you do get an exceptional one, you think, oh, I'd like that again.
Yeah.
And it's lost forever.
Anyway, aside from that, there's something on your shoulder there, Nige. Over your shoulder.
Because we've swapped over now, because you've run.
I've run out of. Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite albums ever. And it's Space Ritual by Hawkwind.
Oh my Lord. Yeah.
A double live album from 1970 something, 72, 74, something like that. It's just, if you could sum up Hawkwind, this is the album.
Hawkwind were a band that really passed me by, but I know that you were a huge fan of.
And I've seen them countless times. Yeah, huge fan of Hawkwind.
Yeah.
Massive fan, in fact. I've met a few members of the band once and got very drunk with them once, which was quite an experience for me.
How weird.
Yes.
That sounds quite fun. A mutual friend of ours, Pete. He bumped into Pete Travis, who was the bass player for Marillion, post gig, post Marillion gig.
Yeah.
And Pete was just Pete Travis was just not interested. He was just playing on a fruit machine. Pete went up and went, "Great gig." Bassist was like, "Thanks. You've been drinking with them. You've been drinking with your."
I know. There was one bit like I was sat on the floor by the bar because I couldn't stand anymore.
Where was this?
It was at the Mars Bar in Worcester.
Okay.
And me and my mate went to see Hawkwind. No, it was actually Hawk Lords. It had a lot of members from Hawkwind, but it's one of the spin-off bands. But they sounded more like Hawkwind does than Hawkwind do now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
And me and my mate, we got stupidly drunk because he's a massive Hawkwind fan as well. But anyway, what happened was, went there wasn't many people in this place. I reckon 20, 30 people watching this gig.
Ooh, okay.
But we sat at a table. The way to describe it was like having Hawkwind playing in your front room. Anyway, I went to get some drinks, and I was trundling back with a couple of pints. I thought,
okay.
Oh, there's nothing. You know, you get the lone nutter on the dance floor.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was coming back, oh, there's a lone nutter on the dance floor. Sat down and thought, oh, that's my mate. Anyway, about 20 seconds later, there's two nutters on the dance floor. And that's where I stayed for the rest of the gig. It was just mental. Brilliant.
How, for those that aren't aware of Hawkwind, how do you describe the classic Hawkwind sound?
Oh,
it's a kind of space rock, yeah?
They are the forerunners of house music. You know that.
That's an interesting point.
They all started back in the 70s with the Hawkwind sound, and that's
a really
the house music and the raves. Yeah. But Hawkwind were the ones that started that just power, just that beat, relentless. Da, 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 da. And apparently, if you smoke certain stuff, it gets even better.
Does it? Okay. That's interesting. I think if anybody knows anything of Hawkwind, it'll be Silver Dream Machine, won't it?
Silver Machine.
Silver Machine. Sorry, I'm thinking of the David Essex song.
Yeah, which
Silver
could
Dream
be
Machine.
further from
further, yeah. Yeah. And your lead vocalist on that, of course, was Lemmy.
Yeah.
Who then went on to form Motorhead.
Yeah.
I have to say, I think the first time that I became aware of Hawkwind was when I joined Mr. Mojo and the Cosmic Beatmen. Don't think I've really heard of them until then.
We did Masters of the Universe cover.
Yeah.
And sorry, going to the double, just the whole thing about buying a double album. I actually bought this from a mutual friend, Glenn.
Oh, did you?
His vinyl because he was going over to CDs. I didn't have that, so I got this for about £1 or something. And if you open it up, I'm just going to open it all up.
Oh, it's not just gold gatefold, is it?
No.
Oh my word!
So that's one side.
My word!
And on the other side there.
Wow. That's amazing. That's expensive and it's indulgent, and that's what you want from your album covers.
Yeah, go and check it out. Get it on Spotify, listen to it. And listen to it in the order as a complete works. It is just divine. I love it.
Do you? Okay.
It defines Hawkwind for me, and it's that time. I think they were at the peak then. I think, yeah, they were at their topmost.
So we took a little break there. We went space rock crazy, and the listener doesn't need to hear every
too much reminiscing of old times and things which mean nothing to you, the viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're with, you know, we've done it. Oh, what percentage did you say that was?
10.5. Now, the 10.5 beers I've had so far, that's been the best one. It's been lighter. The syrupy thing didn't die down a bit on the way down. It was not bad. I quite like. I enjoyed that.
Good. Well, I know you've brought me one down. There was a coffee one. You brought me down, and at some point I will bring that out for a cheeky extra.
Yeah, I gave you something I don't like. Yeah, I've got one more left, and that's, I think that's only about 9%, so that'll be quite interesting.
Yeah, well, you know, 9%.
That, which is one of the weaker ones. From
the
set. Yeah.
Insane. Right, it's been lovely.
Yes.
Thank you. We're going to go lie down, perhaps eat something. Who knows? You might like to like, comment, subscribe, perhaps. But we will lie down. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.